What's a Southern girl? It's waking up before the sun rises. It's raising a farm, growing a garden, and cooking a home-cooked meal. It's loving the simple things in life like the dirt roads that lead you home. It's working hard to get what you want. It's hanging your own stands, breaking your own ground, and strategizing every little move for that one moment when everything you've worked for is standing right in front of you. Even if I fail a million times, I keep pushing myself till I'm exhausted, filthy, and about to give up. And that's when the adrenaline hits.
Oh, I'm so happy. It is freezing. It's like, what, are we at 19 degrees now out here? 15 degrees? Absolutely brutal hunt, but worked out perfect. I self-filmed it, and I'm just so happy to be tagged out. It's been just a couple of days that the season opened, and I've been hunting really hard. I actually hunted Kansas 12 days in a row before I came here, and so I was really hoping to have some luck, and we made it happen this morning.
There is no better place to be the first week of November than in Kansas and chasing big bucks. The October lull is over, and deer are on their feet all hours of the day. There's just bucks pouring out of the woodworks. It is my absolute favorite time of the year to hunt. Early September, and I start getting a ton of pictures of a big old drop time buck. He's showing up at every feeder and every camera that I've got out on this property, but he's only moving throughout the night, so I set a goal, and it's to track down this buck this season. Now, if you watch the show, you've probably heard me talk about my Kansas honey hole. It is my all-time most favorite spot to hunt, but in order to get to it without boogering any deer, you have to cross a river and climb up a pretty steep bank. I will never live this down. I have crossed this river hundreds of times in the dark by myself, and the one time that I fall is when the cameras are there to catch it. I cannot believe that just happened. My boot. We've got cameras, tripods, tree arms, extra straps, GoPros, different types of mounts, on top of all of our hunting gear. So usually I'll have 60 to 75 pounds worth of stuff in my backpack, and crossing a river with a pretty strong current is a little harder than it looks. When deer season rolls around, a whole nother side of me comes out. I will do just about anything for a big buck, even if that means sitting in a deer stand, soaking wet in 40-degree temps.
This segment's been brought to you by Blackbriar, specializing in weapons manufacturing, design, and modification. Veteran-owned and operated. Learn more at blackbriarnv.com. And by Zinnick.
Range 54 is located at 5725 East Kellogg Drive in Wichita, Kansas. We offer a huge selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns. We also offer the very best in targeting systems and training facilities anywhere in the state. Our classes include a women's basic pistol class taught by women. Our mission is to develop responsible gun owners by providing ongoing training in a dynamic and safe venue. Stop by and see us today or check us out online at range54.com.
At Blackbriar, we offer the most reliable, customized firearms available. We take the time to understand your mission requirements, offer suggestions, and determine your maintenance and training needs. Blackbriar is different from other manufacturers because we don't want to just sell weapons and weapons accessories. Our commitment doesn't end after the sales transaction is complete. At Blackbriar, your mission will become our mission. Learn more at blackbriarnv.com.
This segment's brought to you by Countryside Motors in Wellington, your local Chevrolet, Hustler, and Polaris dealer. And by Mr. Heater.
When we finally make it over to the stand, Nate's about halfway up the ladder and I see a buck and a doe already headed our way. We had decided to come out a little bit later this morning because most of the deer activity we were seeing was between 10 and 2. So the bad news is we were late, but the good news is deer are on the move. Once we get all of our stuff finally set up, I spot another buck, but he's on the outside of this timber and it looks like he could be watching a doe. We are seeing bucks left and right this morning. This is why I love hunting Kansas during the rut. got a buck, headed towards the timber, headed our way, and he is big.
Just laid eyes on a buck we call Legend. I've been following all season. Got a drop tine on his right side. Man, I thought he was going to read the script perfectly and come in here, but he just kept walking.
This segment's brought to you by Evolution Outdoor. Learn more at evolutionoutdoordesign.com. And by Nose Jammer.
Come on out to the country. Countryside Motors in Wellington. We're the largest Chevy, Buick, Polaris, and Hustler dealer in the area. Come on out to the country for low pressure and low prices. Check out our inventory online at countrysidemotors.net. We've got it all. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, new and used, ATVs, side-by-sides, and industry-leading Hustler mowers. We also offer certified service for all brands we carry. Come on out to the country. Countryside Motors in Wellington.
We buy used sports equipment. Right now, we'll pick up your exercise equipment and pay you on the spot. We're buying treadmills, ellipticals. We're buying stationary bikes and weights. Call us now at 729-0300 for a quote. We'll come to you, pick it up, and pay you right on the spot. Play It Again Sports at the corner of Central and Tyler.
Play it again, sports!
This segment has been brought to you by Tall Tines Taxidermy and by Bow Dagger, standing up for your bow.
We ran to grab a quick bite to eat, and we were headed back out to the woods for our early afternoon evening hunt. We were gonna have to improvise because the wind direction was gonna be shifting, and I still wanted to hunt across the river.
I'm down to 7 days left to fill my Kansas tag. We had an amazing hunt this morning. We saw a buck that we've been watching all seasons, and we call him Legend. He has an awesome drop tine on his right side. Man, he'd be a sweet buck to take, but we got a good sight of him this morning, but we just couldn't get a shot on him. We actually saw which direction he headed, and we're kind of hoping that he's going to come around this river. We're switching to a different set because we don't have a good wind for the set we were in this morning, but we're just hoping we get some luck tonight. We need to get a big buck down, 7 days left.
As we were cutting across this field, we made it about 100 yards in, and I see a couple does take off running. So we end up having to duck down and hide behind a hay bale. It's the middle of rut. A lot of the times if you see a doe, there's a good chance there could be a buck behind her. Deer are on the move, and during the rut, anything can happen, so we've got to slowly make our way into the stand in hopes that we don't spook anything. The evening hunt just sucked. We had a couple does come by, one small buck, but no sign of Legend.
Well, I have about last hope on getting to shoot Legend this year. I've been chasing this buck all season, and rifle season has come in Kansas, and during rifle season we have a lot of hunters out in that area, and I think the pressure has just really taken a toll on our deer. I've gone 6-7 hunts now without seeing a deer, which is just crazy compared to how awesome this season was earlier in the year. So I decided to head out to one of our properties in eastern Kansas that we've had a pretty good 10-point showing up. Earlier in the season we had a couple really good deer and some of them just disappeared, but this 10-point's been hanging around. He's been coming in morning and night. I hunted here the other night and I pulled a film. He had been there that morning. So I'm headed back out today. It's kind of late. I'm gonna get out there about 4 o'clock, which is a lot later than I like to get to the stand, but I am anxious to get my Kansas tag filled, and it is so cold. It hasn't even gotten above freezing today. It's 27 degrees right now. So it's gonna be a pretty tough hunt. I'm sitting in a blind and I'm bow hunting, and I don't have a heater in this blind. So it's gonna make for a tough night, but I'm gonna see what I can do. Hopefully if he doesn't come in tonight, I have a good feeling he'll come in the morning. He's been a morning time buck, and so hopefully tomorrow morning I can get it done. But I'm going to go out there tonight and get things set up, get situated, and see what I see. So hopefully we have a good night. It's going to be cold. Let's just hope I can survive it. It is freezing out. I don't know how I'm going to survive this hunt, but this is what postseason hunting is like. It's brutal, brutal, brutal. But you know what? This is what I love, and I am not going to give up. I'm not eating tag stew this year in Kansas. I have hunted Kansas so hard the last couple of years and just have not had luck. I've seen a ton of really good deer, and it's been getting something in shooting range. So I'm going to freeze my butt off tonight.
This segment has been brought to you by Mr. Heater, and by Carbon Express Arrows.
If you're looking to buy or sell that perfect piece of land, contact the Jeff Blueball Real Estate Team with Keller Williams Hometown Partners. Whether it's just tillable farm ground, a riverway, or hunting ground in an area for producing monster whitetails, we can find the property to fit your outdoor needs. Visit their website today to sign up for the hot property leads at jeffblueball.com or contact him directly at 316-640-0656.
Range 54 is located at 5725 East Kellogg Drive in Wichita, Kansas. We offer a huge selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns. We also offer the very best in targeting systems and training facilities anywhere in the state. Our classes include a women's basic pistol class taught by women. Our mission is to develop responsible gun owners by providing ongoing training in a dynamic and safe venue. Stop by and see us today or check us out online at range54.com.
This segment is brought to you by Vanguard. Cutting edge products made for your hunt. And by Muck Boot Company.
It's like 20 degrees out right now. I cannot even believe I'm out here, but I am determined to fill my Kansas tag no matter what it takes. I'm not eating tag stew this year. That's my goal. So I'm sitting at this property where we've had a pretty nice 10-point coming in pretty consecutively. We had some really decent bucks earlier in the season that have kind of disappeared, but I'm hoping that that 10's going to come back in. I've seen a couple of pictures of him. Hopefully I can recognize him if I see him, but if I can just survive this cold, hopefully I can get lucky tonight or tomorrow morning. So. Last few days of rifle season in Kansas, and I'm out here bow hunting. I hope that's the buck I was after. Oh, I was so cold, I was shaking so bad. And I knew he probably wasn't going to hang around long, so I just had to take the shot. Yeah, I heard him go down though.
I am just mind blown that I finally got a buck down in Kansas. Now, I am out here in the middle of nowhere completely by myself, so I have to call Michael, call my dad, and see if they could head out here and help me track this deer. There was no way I was going to be able to load this buck up by myself. This buck went down about 100 yards. This hunt could not have gone any more perfect for me. I self-filmed it, which if you've ever done is so hard to do, but my cameraman can't always be there all the time, and if the conditions are right and deer are on the move, you can bet that I'm gonna be out there hunting.
My Kansas tag is filled, thank goodness. This has been such a tough season. Luckily, I got a buck a couple weeks ago in Oklahoma, and I guess the good luck streak has not ended yet, so let's just hope we can keep it up and get my husband a big buck down this weekend. Oh, I'm so happy. It is freezing. It's like, what, are we at 19 degrees now out here? 15 degrees. Absolutely brutal hunt, but worked out perfect. I self-filmed it, and I'm just so happy to be tagged out. I get to sleep in tomorrow, thank goodness.
Now that I'm tagged out and we've got the buck loaded up, the real work begins.